Hello, wonderful galactic beings, and welcome to Lucinda Soul. My name is Selinda, and in this video, I'm not going to talk about the songs of my first album. I'm going to talk about hotel tech, and specifically PMS, Property Management Systems. For those of you who don't know, I'm a musician and hotelier by training, and in the last 2 years, I've received a lot of consultation requests that I have not been able to answer. I was busy composing, arranging, recording, publishing, creating a website, and so forth, being a mom, working part-time and moving. So it's been wild. So my intention is to answer these questions in this format as a video. I hosted it on this channel because it doesn't make sense to just open another channel for one video, so apologies for that. I will playlist this video separately. So the intention is to empower hoteliers and also to relay information from a hotelier's perspective with regards to PMS systems or hotel tech in general, which then business analysts can, send to their clients. All right. And the reason I'm doing this is because most of the questions are very generic and my answers therefore are generic. And the compensation is really generous, so there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, from my perspective, it's very repetitive to answer always the same questions, and it's difficult to explain a hotelier's perspective to someone who is not from the hospitality industry, and for that you would have to get into greater detail, and 1 hour of consultation like that is not enough. So this is one reason. The second reason is for compliance reasons, which I completely understand. I don't get to know who that client is. So I don't know if it's VCs, other investors, if it's a hotel group, a small chain, a big chain, individual, probably not, but so what kind of hotel group? So what's the positioning? A 3-star, 5-star, luxury properties, limited service, full service, resorts, and so on. So I have no clue who I'm talking to, because the recommendations would be completely different. But I'm going to give like a general recommendation with this video so that you can forward that to your client. So why am I qualified? So my name is Selinda. You can look me up on LinkedIn and see what I've done so far. I have managed an individual hotel, our family business in 4th generation with my sister for 14 years. I have been in charge for facility, asset management, hotel tech mostly, and my sister was doing, still is, administration, general administration and human resources. So this is my hotel operations background. And most recently, for the past 7 years, I've been working part-time for the Swiss Hotel Association, basically classifying hotels, seeing if their standards match up to the classification standards as designed or as decided upon by the European Hotel Stars Union. So the Swiss Hospitality Association is a member of the Hotel Stars Union, which has 21 countries as members. So those standards apply to those 21 countries, and basically what I've been doing in Switzerland is visit properties and basically classify them every 3 years. And I've been doing this for the past 7 years, as I mentioned. So it's from, hostels to 5-star luxury properties. I've seen so far, I think, up to 400, if not more, properties so far. So this is my hotel background. On top of that, while I was running the hotel in one of the major cities in Switzerland, so typical limited service city hotel, we wanted to rebrand, transfer, basically transform the hotel or position it, into something not classical, let's say. So from a classical hotel into a bio hotel, which is quite, I would say, unique in a city location. So we managed to do that in 2015. And while doing that, We wanted to streamline processes. We wanted to increase quality, hence, organic products and all. And we wanted to, for that reason, also improve the technology. All right. So this was the reason why I got into hotel tech in the first place, and why I did a lot of research beforehand. So I'm talking about 2013 and so it took me around 2 years to do all the research, 2013 and 14, and I've been doing or basically following a hotel tech industry ever since, also for the consultations that I have been doing in all these years actually, and mostly 2021 and 2022. So what I'm going to tell you is uniquely my personal perspective as an independent hotelier. I have never worked for a chain, just for your record. I've had a lot of communications with chain hotels, and I know how they work. But it's my personal perspective as an independent hotelier, 86 key property. Okay, so just to give you a head start. All right, so take it or leave it, right? Okay, so I put up this chart, so I'm gonna put this up. I hope you see it. Let's see. Yeah, you should see it. So I put up this chart just to show you that I think, this is my opinion, that the PMS is really the heart of the hotel, right? You have all of your connections here. You have all of the tools that you're using in a hotel. You have your channel manager, your booking engine. You have your guest communications tool, your pre-stay, post-stay tool, your upselling tool, all the tools, the revenue management, the business intelligence tools. You have all these tools. You have your mailing tool that are hooked up to your heart. This is the heart of the hotel. All right. So I just wanted to show you that. This is how I see it. So, of course, for chain hotels, typically they push inventory and rates through their channel managers or central reservation systems, whatever they're using. So they usually push their information from there, which is then pulled into the PMS, and because usually that type of work is done centrally, so not locally. So the local the GM or whatever, the receptionist is not in charge of pricing usually. Okay, that's fine, right? But still, the local property has all the data of its guest in their property management system, and has access to that locally. So this is very important to know. So that's the heart of the hotel. If that's out, basically nothing in the hotel can work. All right? So consider that. So when I was doing my research and trying to move all of our integrations as well, because our legacy system, by the way, when I say legacy, it's systems that are still, leaders in the industry, but have maintained their old spirit. They're all up on the cloud now, but they have maintained their old way of doing things. And when I talk about new generation properties, I will call them rookie. Okay, rookie PMS. All right. So when I was researching rookie PMS, like startups, but they're not startups anymore. So rookie PMS, basically the difference was that it was super simplified, right? So and I love that. And what my intention is really streamline processes and find the right partners that would align to our business model, our new business model. It was a soft change, right? It wasn't like major, but it was still a new kind of business model. All right. And I also encountered the difficulty, since the legacy PMS view the PMS, that's why it's called property management system, they see it as a management tool, right? It's a guest management tool, it's a customer management tool, it's your inventory tool. It's not a sales tool, right? but we're in the 21st century and we are actually in e-commerce. We are running an e-commerce business selling rooms or beds, right? We are doing e-commerce. And that's really something that we have to keep in mind. This is an e-commerce business. Yes, operations is based on a physical room with beds, but this environment, the legacy environment, could not cater to these new needs, and that's why rookie PMS popped up. That's the only reason why they popped up, because the legacy were resistant to change. Like they were resisting. They didn't listen to their hotels or properties, and they were resisting the change. They said, no, we are the best. We do great in what we do, and we don't need anything else. So that's why new PMS popped up, and they were promoted as cloud PMS with an open API or API interface. All right, so I will get into that later. So why should you change your system in the first place, right? So you have a legacy PMS, you want to stay with your partner. I understand that, because it's a lot of work to do the move. But if things haven't changed for you in the business model, then maybe that makes sense. Okay, it's cloud PMS now, it's on the cloud, you're more mobile, you can work on a laptop, you can move around. Okay, fine. But if you want to, change something about your business model, and I'm going to tell you what those changes are, then you might consider a rookie PMS. All right. So why change? 1, improve your quality or service. So if a change of your PMS is going to improve quality or service, then consider changing to a rookie PMS. If the change is going to save you costs without impairing quality or change, without jeopardizing that, then go for a rookie PMS. If the third thing, if your intention is to streamline processes, so to improve your SOPs, change to a rookie PMS, because the legacy PMS traditionally, they're just an all-in-one solution. And we all know what all-in-one solutions are. They're not, okay, I have to be careful how I word this. I don't want to step on anybody's toes. They're good in what they're doing in their all-in-one solution, but it's not their core to be best in those specific modules that they're offering, okay? They can't be. It's not their core business. They can't be the best in upselling and cross-selling. They can't be the best in mailing. They can't be the best in business intelligence. They can't. It's just not possible, okay? So all-in-one solutions are fine if you don't want to change anything about your business model. If you're happy with how things are going, you don't want to change anything about operations, you don't want to save costs, you don't want to improve quality, you don't want to streamline processes, it's fine, then stay with your legacy PMS. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. There's no right or wrong. I'm just saying what to consider. Okay, so if you do want to do changes, what kind of changes are these, right? Look at it specifically. If it is your goal, you just want to be cool, you want to change your reception, you just want to have a desk and you want to have your laptop there and it just looks great to check in your guests on a couch or something like that, don't consider a rookie PMS just for that. Okay, it's really, it's not worth. If there needs to be more than that argument. Okay, it's not an argument. I'm gonna give you an example. Okay, the other day I checked into a hotel. They had a legacy PMS on the cloud, right? And it was cool. There was a small desk and the staff member was like, hey, if you want to check in with me, because there was a line at the reception, you can come to me, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. And then he's checking me in on his laptop, so he was mobile, which was great. it took him like 20 clicks to check me in, right? So nothing has changed. The system is on the cloud, but the process hasn't changed. All right. Then I said, listen, tomorrow morning I'm going to leave very early, so I want to pay now. Okay. So I paid. I could do everything there, and great on the laptop. So he charged my credit card, and I was like, oh, could I have the receipt? And he's like, no, I can give you the receipt tomorrow because of end of day closure, right? So he could not give me a receipt. He could not print it. It would say pro forma, right? We're in the 21st century, guys. It's like ordering a book from Amazon, and I get the receipt by the time the book is in my home. Okay? Or I book a flight, and I get the receipt when I actually board on the plane. I don't know about you guys, but for me it's really weird, right? I don't know, maybe I'm too judgmental, but I don't think this is okay. So it's not an argument to just look cool and to move your laptop onto a small desk if nothing else has changed. Okay. All right. I hope I've made my point clear. So stay with your legacy PMS, that's fine, but just then stay with your business model. You don't need to, spend 100,000 euros or dollars on refurbishing your reception times 50, and because, you can write that off. It's if you haven't changed anything or improved anything in the process of check-in, then okay, great reception, looks great, but nothing has changed. All right, this is just my perspective. Okay, if it doesn't add value to the guest, just do whatever you're doing. Don't touch your business model. Okay, now I'm going to get into what to look out for once you've decided, okay, I want to improve. I don't know, I want to improve my SOPs. I want to increase quality, or I want to cut costs without losing quality, right? Okay, what to look out for. Data import. Okay, what data do I really need to import? Okay, so I was convinced when I was doing this. So we were getting ready. We signed the contract, I think it was December 2014. We were ready, pumped for a new system, and onboarding was in October. So we had basically 3 quarters where we had time to, basically we had our legacy system for at least 20 years. Yeah, 20 years. And so we were ready to just, clean up our data and import what was necessary. Okay. In hindsight, really, I wouldn't have done that. So looking back, so we cleaned up all of our data. We had around 3,000 data sets. Clean, so first name, last name, all the companies, the master companies, basically big corporates that have a lot of subsidiaries. So we thought that was really important to import that. Actually, it's not. It was, in hindsight, I wouldn't do that anymore. If you're a chain hotel and you have a loyalty membership program, if you have, I don't know, VIPs that are really regulars, if your business is based on 70% regulars, okay, those regulars you really want to import. That's, a no-brainer. I understand that. But in terms of corporates and their subsidiaries and all these addresses, so if you're going to move the second quarter, the third quarter, the fourth, it doesn't matter really. In that period of time, that year is going to be just running with 2 systems. You can run your stats, get your reports, whatever you need of the first 3 quarters, and then the new stats from the new system the last quarter. It's okay. You'll be fine. You'll survive. Okay? It's not a big deal. It's not like this big unknown. I would do it like this if I had the option, without bothering importing old data sets. Okay? You want to put in your on the books reservations for the upcoming quarter. So when you're switching the fourth quarter, you want to have all the on the books reservation from that point on to the future onward, right? So that's fine. And you can let your staff do the job, so they're training. Then what to consider as well is your exit strategy. What if you're not happy with the PMS? What if there's an integration that is missing, something goes wrong, whatnot? Do you have the possibility with your new PMS to export all the data, right? So in a file, Excel or a CSV, whatever, in which format you wish. Okay, do you have the possibility to do that? That might be important. So consider that before you sign a new contract. Yeah, just to mention. Then, number 2, integration and mapping. So I've talked about Open API, which is the most flexible and most customizable type of PMS that you can have. So you can really customize your integrations just to your needs, customize everything to your business model. Okay, usually new generation type of hotels would do that, hybrid hotels would do that, maybe serviced apartment hotels would do that, where they are trying to automate as much as possible and limit the contact with their customers. So where everything is customized, so the kiosk is customized, getting your key is customized, whatever, online check-in is customized, so everything is customized. That's fine for Open API. For general API, just be aware. Be aware to which extent the API goes, the depth of the API, okay? So your mapping, so when I say mapping, let's say your room category is called Mount Everest, okay? So you have a hotel and I don't know, your theme is all the mountains of the world, and there's one category, Mount Everest, because it has just the largest hotel rooms. Okay, let's say that. So your distribution partners won't have the name category Mount Everest, okay? So you want to make sure, so one distributor, maybe Expedia has, I don't know, the standard or the classic room, and Booking has, I don't know, the cozy room, whatnot. You want to make sure that your Mount Everest category matches up to whatever it's called in your distribution partner, your channel manager, whatnot, your GDS, your general distribution system, right? As your global distribution system. So you want to match that up. This is called mapping, right? So you want to see how far that mapping goes. Is it just like a simple mapping, or does it go further? Can you map with half board? Can you map with breakfast, without breakfast? Can you do that, right? So then you would have your room category, then you would have the rates that match up, and then you have the rates with breakfast, without breakfast, with half board, with your cross-selling items or upselling items, all the products that you want to offer in your property. So how does that line up? Sorry, my stuff fell down, but I don't need it. Okay, good. Then, so you need to look at to which extent the mapping goes. Then, do you have access to the mapping? Okay. So what I saw that a lot of legacy systems, they would say, cloud-based system, but I saw that some of the integration was hosted by third-party white label companies, right? And you don't have a contract with that company, right? So if something goes wrong between your distribution partner or with your revenue management system or whatnot, mostly it's distribution, right? So your distribution partner and your PMS, and you have this interface that is being hosted by somebody else, guess what? It's nobody's fault. It's not the PMS system's fault. It's not the distribution partner's fault. And you don't have access to that system. So make sure that it's not hosted on a third-party site. Make sure that you have access to the mapping, which means you see exactly how things are lined up. You can synchronize whenever you want. You can remap if you have changes in your property, if you have new things. Oh, right now in the summer, I'm building a tent outside. I'm gonna rent it out in the summer. Okay, so I'm creating a new space, a new room category, tent, right? So you want to line that up. So you need to be in charge of that, right? This is your property. You need to be in charge of the mapping. You don't want to wait for 3 months for that to happen, right? You need to do it like within a day. It should be done. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say about integration and mapping. One more thing about integration and mapping. So you've seen my chart, right? So you have all of those systems. I'll show it again. All of those systems that are integrating, right, to your PMS. And you want to make sure that, first of all, you need to be aware that all of those systems, come with a cost, right? So the integration itself usually is free of charge with the rookie PMS, and the system itself, like all of your partner systems that are going to integrate with your PMS, are going to have their separate pricing. So you need to check that. So the second thing you need to think about is it exchangeable? So do you have many options? Do you have many facility partners that you can integrate to? Many spa partners, maybe spa management is of request. Do you have business intelligence opportunities? And all of these integration partners, who are the partners, and can I switch easily? Because you can also, start a trial, right? Start a trial of a month or so, and then just say, okay, it's not for our business, let's move on to the next partner. So how flexible are you with that? So please consider that as well. All right. Number 3. So some of that I said, which integration does the PMS provider offer? And so before you go, and choose your integration partners, go over your business model. What do you need, right? What do you need? Because I said it here. Don't exceed it. Don't just just don't hook up to a partner just because it's a hype and everybody thinks it's cool. Do you actually need it? Keep your tech tools to a minimum. Keep it to a minimum. Because you will have staff that need to maintain it, that need to feed it, right? And if you don't have the staff that take care of your tech, you're going to just have a tool that nobody is using efficiently. All right? So please consider that. I've seen so many hotels, and I still do, that have, I don't know, between 7 and 15 on average tools that they're using in-house, and the staff members are just overloaded. They're overwhelmed. They don't know how to handle it. Okay, so don't exceed it. Keep it to a minimum, to the essential that you really need, that fit to your business model. Okay. Yeah, that's that. Number 4. So every system needs maintenance, and it needs time and energy input. Okay. Every system needs to be fed. It's not self-sufficient. It would be cool if it were self-sufficient. So we're trying to automate as much as possible. That's going to be the goal, because we do have, our difficulties finding staff members, right, in the industry at the moment, not just this industry, but in general. So automate as much as you can, keep it to a minimum. Okay, then the other thing I want to say, and I know there's this AI hype, right? So everybody's talking about AI and how great it is, how much we can do with it. I understand. Okay, but also AI needs to be fed. It's only as good as the data it's been given. Okay, a lot of VCs will not like this, but I'm saying it. There you go. Okay, as a hotelier, AI is great, but garbage in and garbage out. Okay, just consider the input. Every system needs to be fed, and so does AI. Okay, basically you are what you eat, right? And AI the same. It is what it's been fed. Okay, 5. A question that business analysts don't ask much. They say, they ask, oh, how is support? Okay, but it's more than just support, right? Does the PMS provider listen? Okay, the reason why so many rookie PMS came up is because the legacy PMS did not listen. They didn't listen to the requirements of the hotels. They didn't see that the customers' behavior has changed, that needs have changed. Did not listen. It's like, we're the best in what we do. Yeah, great. Great pitch. So is there like a platform where hotels can, put their recommendations, can we have this? Can you develop that? Is there like a forum? Is there a conversation going on between the PMS system and the hoteliers, right? We need to have tech companies that treat hoteliers and chains equally. We are partners, right? Going back to the consciousness levels that I always talk about in my songs, this is consciousness level of acceptance, right? Nobody is in control and dominating and wanting to change the other. No, we want to be treated as equal partners, okay? So please listen to each other. Hoteliers listen to the tech providers. Tech providers listen to your hoteliers, okay? I think that's something that people just don't talk about. And yes, support is important. So does your tech provider have good support? Is it fast? Is it easily accessible? Language support. Most of the rookie PMS have just English language support, which is okay. But I think there's maybe there AI can help, right? Okay. Resources. What did I mean by resources? That's a good one. Does your tech provider have like a resources page where you can just look things up easily? Like not just descriptions, like actual videos, learning videos, tools where you can this is how I do things. Okay, like tutorials, right? You have tutorials about everything on YouTube. Does your tech provider have tutorials? Okay, and does your tech provider is your tech provider open to change, or is he showing resistance to change? All right, as soon as tech providers get bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's like all companies, the bigger the ship, the more difficult it gets to steer it and turn it around. Okay, so is your tech provider a rookie, resistant to change, or is it open to change? Okay, that was number 5. Okay, then 6. This is my personal recommendation. Take back your power. Hoteliers, take back your power. Be diligent about your outsourcing partners. So it might be just hotel tech. You need the hotel tech to run your hotel. I understand that, but you're still outsourcing, right? So some of the tech providers are, especially in PMS, they're offering, for example, embedded payment. So you don't have the choice to actually choose the payment provider that you want to work with. And in my opinion, that's not okay. It should be treated equally as any other tech partner, okay? I understand it from a PMS standpoint of view. It's like making an extra buck because you have this integration embedded and it's lowering the hurdle to penetrate the market. I understand all that. But in my opinion, it's not fair to the hotelier if he cannot choose his payment provider. Okay. Then, my personal advice, again, AI. AI versus EI and SI, so emotional intelligence, social intelligence. You can have as much automation as you want. You can have the coolest tools. You can have AI, a go-go in French, they would say, a go-go. You know that customers come because Sandra remembers my name every time I check in. Because Patrick provides for the cushion for me when I check in. Okay? I come to a hotel because of a great facility, because something I don't have at home perhaps, because there is Rosrita at breakfast who knows exactly that my daughter is lactose intolerant. Okay? This is why people go to hotels. They're not coming because you have the coolest, newest, most hip tech tool. Okay? This is my personal opinion. Again, so reward staff members that show emotional intelligence, that show social intelligence. I used to work with a lady. She could outbeat any revenue management system because she knew her market so well. She knew exactly when to increase rates because she knew that which buyers were ready to pay a bit more, and she would outbid the revenue management system. Okay, so that's an intelligence, an instinct that AI will never have. Okay, AI can scan your market, see whatever everybody else is doing. It's just calculating whatever the algorithm is behind that AI. Okay, and maybe you have been able to do your part on the algorithm. Okay, but it's still an algorithm that has been set up behind that you might have not full access to. Okay, so the person pricing locally will still have the best information. Okay, then what else? Okay, that's gonna hurt, but I want to really empower hoteliers. Don't let any hotel tech company tell you how to run your business. Don't do that. Don't do that. If your hotel tech company gives you a suggestion, fine. And you'll be like, yeah, it's a really nice suggestion, but I want to do it my way. And if that tech company can't accept that, then, again, consciousness level of acceptance, right? Without judgment, without control, without domination. Okay? Especially not coercion. Okay. And then last but not least, this was my favorite point. What is missing? According to me, what is missing, I don't know if this is a legal issue, but I haven't seen it yet. Maybe it exists, but I haven't been aware of. That's also possible. So integration with public social media accounts. So how cool would it be if I came to a city hotel, let's say, and I just started a job, and I posted it on LinkedIn, and the reception manager comes and says, congratulations on your new job. We've put a goodie on your bed. Best of luck. How cool is that? Or you posted that you've just married on Facebook, and your staff member at the reception says, oh, congratulations, you have the honeymoon suite. How cool is that? So I don't know if that integration exists, but it would be really cool to have, I know it has some implications to the profile within the PMS. You would have to have that placeholder ready for that, that line from whatever source it's coming from. But dazzle your guests, right? This is what we do. We are hoteliers. Dazzle your guests. Show them something they haven't seen before. Okay? And I think that's it. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you for listening, and I hope this helps. Please forward it to whomever it concerns. And thank you for listening. If you have any questions, comments, I'm going to post this video on LinkedIn. And yeah, I'm going to be very surprised and yeah, anxious to your questions and comments. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.